Feeling a great love. As winter's chill tempers me, I am warmed by you. But you knew that. Yeah, thanks. You let me in. Thank you. Man, I've been knocking on that door for a while, you know. Yeah. Love never dies. Might change his face once in a while. Man, if you got somebody out there that loves you, let them in. You know, they say, oh, you gotta play the game. And they write books about the game. Man, fucking stop that. No games. Just let love in. We got enough games going on around us, you know. We got enough. Yeah, feeling a great love as winter's chill tempers me. I'm warmed by you, and that is the truth. Yeah. So we come to the sortilege. The teacher passed down to us 3,000 years. Yeah, all the way, man. A lot of people have put their hand to it. King Wen, his son, Confucius, all those Taoist cats, man. Yeah, they got into the Ching. You know, I came into it in the 60s. Man, we were always looking for answers. And got that original coffee. And it really meant something. Helped me through. As we went through, I kind of felt that translation just didn't make it for these times. I think in the 50s it made sense, 40s, but not now. So I took it upon myself to do another translation and an interpretation to make it simple, understandable, and useful, okay? And that's what it is. You got things in your life that are useful, man, keep them, use them, polish them up, man. But if there's things that aren't useful, put them in the compost heap. You know, just move them out. Move them out. You know, it's winter up here in this hemisphere. So get the feeling of the winter. See it, embrace it. It's not here long. Just like us, we're not here long. So we come to the I Ching, last one of the year, for the week of December 30th, 2019. I will not be saying that again. But here we go, moving into 2020. Yeah, and look, this is a time for celebration, you know, and I don't know, you want to get ripped and do all that stuff. That's cool. Be careful. Be close to the ones you love, the ones that love you, as you celebrate the changing of the times, changing of the year, changing of the guard. That's it. It's all changing. So we dedicate this last year to love. And the new one coming, we dedicate to love. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This week, it's number 62. Xiao, Xiao. The trigram above is Guo, with small movements and a bird in flight. Above and below. We look for the wisdom this week. Accomplishing small things will clear the path. Largesse of compassion balances frugality. All right, well, there's a little bit of a opposites there. Largesse, right? Got to be compassionate and be frugal right now. But we talk about being big in compassion. Be big, but be quiet. Go down low in everything you do, because we're coming to a time of completion as we complete the year. That's what's happening, and that's what we're doing. That's right. Yeah, see this hexagram. It's telling us that as we proceed on the path, moving to our ideals, the benefit now will be to move with small, careful, exacting steps. The smallest of details are now of utmost importance. Yeah, pay attention to the details. It really is important. All right, you got anything on the table there? You say, well, I'm going to do this another day. I'll put it away. I'll put it in the glove box. I'll put it in the drawer and stick it back there. Man, anything that you've left, now's the time to deal with it. And that's not only about the new year. That's about in life, right? But right now, as this Gua comes in, it tells us, deal with old debts now, honestly. Tell the truth. You know, they might not believe you, but as long as you tell them the truth and you know it, you know, where you're at. You know, if you're going to pay something back in kind or financially, just be cautious, be exacting, but be frugal. You know, don't empty your coffers, but stay strong. See, in this way, your resources will remain strong and intact for the larger movements that are coming your way. This is a solo journey. Don't look outside yourself. Don't depend on others to do this for you. See, you can do it. It's not the time to look out there and say, hey, man, take care of this for me. That's not what it's about. But it is about you taking care of details. And now correct and complete the tasks that lie before you on both the inner and the outer plane. As you undertake the task of looking at the smallest details, the sheer volume may feel overwhelming. The way here now, it's not to put any one thing as the uppermost priority. Tasks are numerous. We can see that. And they may seem like they're not connected at all, but that isn't quite the truth right now. They are connected. They're all a small part of the whole. Simply take the first one that appears, deal with it, then the next, and so on until you've made your way. It's a tangled jungle that has kept you captive, man. So rip those vines off, you know. Make way for your completion, because that's what you're getting and that's what you deserve. That's right. You know, I talk about grief and how we have to grieve for the ones we lost, the things we've lost. But this particular teaching tells us that if you've lost someone close, or if a close associate has lost someone, grieve quietly and sincerely. Don't make a show of it. It's in perfect order for times like this, you know, to help out your brothers, your sisters in their grief. Look around, you'll see it's there. It's always there at some level. In these efforts, consider all the projects and the ideas that you put on hold for another day and put them up against the template of truth, experience, and reality. In this way, you will see what will work and what you will benefit by discarding. Yeah. The sense of release from these actions and the way you feel relieved, it's going to fill you with satisfaction. And it's going to activate an energy. That's how it works, you see. This energy will be pleasant and will be sustaining. In this way, you will please your spirit of inner guidance and make way for more growth and maturity. No matter what age you are, there's maturity here. Yet, as you may feel, refrain from any big movements. You might feel you got to be big, but it would be disastrous should you do that. And this right now, this is the time to fly under the radar, to be cool, to be quiet, to be down. Stay on the down low in these times. You know, you're going to be feeling good. And that's as it should be. But dig it. This is the time to fly under the radar and to be stealth. Moving toward your goal with little actions. It's not the time to look for a grand hurrah from the tribe, the community, the well-wishers, the associates, or lovers. It's not about that right now. You just stay steady in your efforts. Be organized and efficient. You're in flight now, in flight to a better day, a better year. And be respectful of the elders. Be respectful of your teachers. It'll bring merit to you on this sacred journey. Spirit is offering it, then you fly in the wings. The spirits are offering some pretty heady stuff right now, and this key word is offering. And look, as always with the I Ching, you don't have to accept the teachings, but you have an opportunity to. If you do refuse, it's okay. You might not feel ready for it, but, I don't like to say but, this is a time of humility and grace. And if you move into that, you will lose the opportunity. If you don't pay attention, you'll lose the opportunity of growth and maturity. Like I said, no matter what chronological age you have. Keep in mind that the translation of the I Ching, what it says is I Ching, the book of changes, and there will be changes indeed. And accompanying those changes will be answers to long-held questions that you've not asked. Not ask your guidance, not ask your teachers for fear you would not like the answer. You know that one, don't you? Now's the time. Ask and you will receive. Look at that in your relationship too. Don't be afraid to ask and talk about what's going on, Communicate, man. Communicate. That's the answer with your friends, with your family, with your lovers. And right now, just stay on the down low as you walk your walk with dignity and grace. Yeah, that's what this time is about, Truly, truly, truly. The architecture of this hexagram, look at it. Look at the lines and how it's set up. When laid on its side, it symbolizes a flying bird, and you are the bird in this work, capital W, and you are vulnerable, and you could be a target of avarice or of jealousy. The metaphor of flying low to the ground is vital to comprehend. And these actions with eyes wide open is where and how you will find the details, and these details, when they are attended to, bring in good sense. Have your eyes open, be awake. Going to be lots of details to attend to, but by doing it, it'll make you safe from being prey to judgment and attack. You leave those little strings open, you can get nailed, so be careful. Might seem like some little thing, but the smallest thing can take you down. I'm not saying you can get taken down. Don't worry about that. But just pay attention. This position you can take, it's not a passive one, even though it's about small things. But it's about being on top of all the small details. So you can shift the energy just a little bit at a time. Poco a poco. Poco a poco. No, well, if little unattended details were to be grouped together, they would create obstacles of great proportion. Should you not take these actions, these obstacles would grow and make the road difficult to navigate. And at times it would be dangerous. The benefit now is to see yourself as the caretaker of your road to progress. Clear the way, clear the small things. You know, like you're on the road, you might trip, you might get blocked, you know, like pebbles and stones. You know, those things you find on the path. And man, how about that pebble in the shoe? They kind of try to shake it out and say, well, I'll walk with it for a while. You walk that pebble in your shoe, you're going to get stopped. You know, you're going to have yourself some little blister that's not going to feel so good. If you just, you know, they do call me Dr. Metaphor, but that's a metaphor, you know, to get the pebbles out of your shoe. And you think you're hiding the pebble in your shoe? You're not. Everybody knows you got a pebble in your shoe because you're limping. During this time of vulnerability in the shadow self, that other part of the soul will want to have its way with you. It'll convince you to fly higher, 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 and to spread your wings and just go for it. It's not the time for that. Here, consider the story. Old story of Icarus. His father, Daedalus, very cool dude, fashioned wings he had designed. He was an artist, see. He designed and he made these wings of feathers and wax. And he put it together so that he and his son, who he loved so much, could fly. And they did fly. And Daedalus warned his son not to fly too close to the sun. Then Icarus was a bit of a narcissist. His ego voice said, hey, your dad's not going to know. Just fly higher. You can fly all the way to the sun. And when you do, you will be a god. So Icarus went higher and higher toward the sun. And his wings melted from the heat of the sun. And he fell into the sea. He never accomplished his goal of free flight. It's like a koan, you know. Zen koan, take heed. This hexagram counsels us to know that true and lasting strength will be made from being attentive to the little stuff, the minor aspects of living and life. You know, I mean, really, I mean, see, when you're, you know, feeling what you're wearing, when you're feeling what you're doing, when you're feeling what you're eating, it's just, well, it's a little bit off, it'll be okay. It's not okay. You know, just be correct. Correct, because you can renew if you're correct, and you're going to benefit from this. Right now, take some time of stillness and consider all these little things. You know, write them down. And also, attend to the needs of others. Don't be self-centered like Icarus. Put your attention to being of service. It's not glamorous being of service, and you might not be recognized, you know, for all you do, and that's all right, or the stuff you've done for other people, but it's all right. You see, your efforts of being kind and caring and loving and charitable and steady will put you in alliance with the chorus of souls, the chorus of souls. This place where you're in service to the transformation of global consciousness. Challenging situations would not have come to you had you not been called to this test before the glory of transformation. Let me say it again. We're coming on to the time. I mean, just look what those words mean. The glory of transformation. If in this stirring of the soul you were to react with anger, because there's some stuff, man, that you see or that others are doing that might piss you off, don't go there, nor go into fear and doubt. If you do this, you're going to miss a great opportunity for the transformative leave that was written in your soul contract. And pay no heed when the voice of the negative ego tells you, you are not good enough, man. You know that one. And that is not true. You see, you've come really far, and it shows. And it also shows that you've done well. And if, like the ego voice says, you're not good enough, if you're not good enough, you would not be here standing on this precipice of satisfying the soul through making efforts in small things. You acknowledge the completion of a cycle and are making way for the harmonizing with your family, with your tribe, with your community, with the associates that you have in your life. Be steady now. Renew your commitment to the natural world, Gaia, and all her sentient beings. Talk less, listen more. Hear the rustle of the trees and the birds, the wind and the waters. Listen without judgment, no agenda, just hear it. And you will feel the inner voice of the ever-present sage, your sacred inner guidance. Accept this time with grace and with dignity and stay in the knowingness of your heart. And don't give up even on the smallest tasks. You're in a position now to achieve your desires. That's the gift. It'll happen, but it'll happen when your movements are modest, compassionate, and considerate of the whole. We are all connected, it is true. I make that metaphor when the butterfly flaps his wings. There's a storm that comes onto the shore. Use this time to begin thinking in a new way. Really think about this. If your thinking is negative, it's going to take you down. And you think you're wrong and all that. Just change the words. Change these thoughts to being positive in thought and process. Old Steve Jobs had it right with Apple, when he said, think differently. And we have, and the world, made a shift to a new way of looking at that technology. Embrace now and intone that you are going to grow. You are going to succeed. You are going to find the fulfillment of your purpose, because that was what this time is about. The ego, it'll try to blast you with reasons why you shouldn't trust, why you should retreat to your old fallback position of feeling shame, guilt, and fear. The feeling of being separate, an outsider. This is an old pattern. This pattern rotting in your container of soul. Repattern with correct thoughts and words. The words you think are so much more powerful than what you say. By doing that, you'll clear a pathway to be found again by love and abundance. We don't go looking for love. We just allow ourselves to be loved and to find the abundance and have it find us. The work is here, capital W, but it's got to be done by small, measured steps, by making your movements modest, meticulous, adaptable, compassionate, and considerate of the whole. With this, you will achieve greatness, unfettered by guilt or doubt or shame. Yeah, feel it. Feel what it's like to be free. If you're in Tulum or close by, if you're, visiting the Yucatan, anywhere nearby, on the 30th, I'm doing a reset. It's a small workshop. I'm going to do it at, I think it's 4 o'clock at Sonara, Charlie and Daniela's place. If you haven't been to Sonara, you got to give their restaurant a try. It's amazing. And it really is free of any junk anyway. So here we are, getting love to come to us and feeling life as it takes us on another beautiful journey. Yeah. Hey, thank you, LA. I got to thank you again. I thank those angels who looked after me. There's Annie, Joni, Cat named Ryder. Everybody stepped up to make things good, you know. Leo, thanks, man. Made that beautiful over there. All right, so get ready for New Year's. Don't be an idiot. Be awake, you know. Be awake. Don't be stoned when the clock ticks and you go into that. Just be conscious. After that, you know, do what you want to do. But just be conscious, because everybody in your time zone is doing it at the same time, right? And that's amazing. That's why I love workshops, because a lot of people with the same intent. It's quite beautiful. Well, it feels like this hexagram, this kwa, was a reminder of a lot of things about being humble. But also remember, humility and dignity are strength to take you on to this next flight. And we are going on a flight. In Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. That is the truth. Yeah. You know, made so many friends with this I Ching, 10 years. 10-year anniversary. Been putting this out. Be sure to watch the website. I'm putting up some classes, and I'm going to be doing a webinar. The webinar is going to be about the I Ching, that we can meet every couple of weeks and talk about it. So keep an eye. And you know what? When I say I love you, it really, it's true. It's true. I mean, look, we're not in the same house, not in the same bed. It's not that kind of love, you know. But it is a love that I feel. And we've become a community. Lots of people all around the world. 135 countries, something like that. It's wild. You know, little Graham Nash said it, love the one you're with, man. That's the important thing. And respect your elders. You're talking to me? But do it, you know, respect your teachers. It's an important time for all of us right now. Open your heart. Be the one that you have been waiting for. Feeling a great love as winter's chill tempers me. I am warmed by you. Namaste, my brothers. Namaste, my sisters. Be good, be kind. Treat the opposite sex like they're part of your heart, which they are. Because all of us have got a little bit of each in us. So just trust. If you're talking the talk, walk the walk. I think you might want to listen to this one again, huh? You know, it's subtle, the messages in this. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.